Alright guys, this is going to be a quick lesson on some Billy Butler ideas. Last week I was listening to a record. I popped it on Facebook, a Earl Bostic record, and I heard this great guitar, and through research I found it was Billy Butler. So it kind of got me all excited to check out some more Billy Butler stuff again. But anyway, this is coming from a song called Quaker City, and the ideas are loosely played. The chorus for the solo is 24 bars. Ironically, the hardest part is going to be playing the head, and the head is pretty simple: E structure, the G, quick change of the 4. Now this is what gets me right here, is the line that goes. Now to play that in time and play it fast, obviously when you hear the recap, when you hear the very beginning of my lesson, you'll hear it that it still needs work on my end. But and I'm just playing a 6 chord, playing just a small, like it looks like a D7 chord, just omitting the tonic on the high E string. So I'm just playing the tonic, the 3rd, and the 6th. So or and it goes to the 5, the 4. Now here's a lesson that comes in here. He starts off not on the 1 chord, but on the tail end of, I believe, the 11th, maybe on the 12th bar. And you know, typically when you play a 12-bar blues, you go from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. And then you cap off the very end of your 12 bars with the last 2 beats of playing a 5 chord. Now when I do this, and this is the beginning of the solo, it starts a semitone up from the G. So it's, you gotta be playing what looks like an A flat triad, right? And what I'm doing here is, now what I'm doing here, and this is good for music theory too, if you listen to the Tiny Grimes tune Red Cross, he's using the raised 1, I guess you want to talk about, or the flat 9, just moving the triad up a semitone as a sub for the 5 chord. I think it's a typical kind of Charlie Parker idea, like the example being if I went from the 2, that right there would sub as a 5 to the 1, So by moving your major triad up a semitone, you're voicing the 5 chord, and that's what's happening in this. So the very tail of your progression, if you play, like say a major triad with a 6 in it, or it just sounds killer, man. And it's just a 1-5 relationship. Just think about it as the 1 chord, 5 chord. It doesn't matter what the chord structure is for that. So that's what's happening here. So now there's a couple ways of playing it. I like playing this right here. And that's just kind of pushing on like a 9th chord on the 1, because it's going to take us all the way through to the 4th bar. So to the 5, and it hangs there. So I believe on the beginning of the 3rd or the 4th bar, we're going to play this like 9th chord arpeggio. See. Even though it's a 6 right there, right? And then this is very common too. I think it's some sort of whole tone concept here, but we hear this. Bill Jennings does this all the time. I've heard Django do this. I heard George Barnes do this. Just take the dominant 7 and you're going to be slurring it down to the flat 5. And if I could do it right, you could do it like a little slur. Use the ring finger. So far we have. Now that's all based on the 4 chord right there, the A structure 4 chord. Now I love this because both Billy Butler and Bill Jennings have this in common, is that we're bending the major 7 to the tonic. Right? Marcel Bianchi does it in Surprise Party Boogie. So, and I'll play a little E to the very end of this, kind of getting some of the ideas right here. And then, let's see here, so that carries us to the 4. And then I believe he does some sort of C structured 5. And that should take us around to the first 12 bars. And keep in mind, this is kind of a teaser guitar lesson to help promote my video lessons at TommyHarkenriderGuitar.com. And please check it out and see what other ideas are that I've been working on. But I'm going to run through the idea again. Probably a couple choruses, and I'll try to run some of the Billy Butler ideas that I've been looking at. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.